Hello YouTube, my name is Cosme and this is my very first video. Thanks for clicking on it. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a very long time and I'm finally doing it. So I'm stoked. Please click subscribe if you're interested in learning about design. I basically plan on just doing, tutorials and follow along videos and showing my process and hopefully inspiring somebody along the way to create something new. So without further ado, I just kind of want to jump right in. I've opened up Inkscape here, which is my favorite design tool. I've been using it for many, many years. It's a free open source vector software and it is awesome. It's crazy to me that it's free. I love it a lot and I hope that you're able to enjoy it as well. First thing we want to do here, actually, before I talk about the canvas here, what we're going to be working on is a Lamborghini poster that I made. It's fairly simple. It's going to have like 3 major components. So I'm just going to do my best to talk about what I'm doing. But if I do miss something, please let me know in the comments and I'm happy to read those and kind of learn as I go. Yes, okay. We have a canvas here, but it is not necessarily the right dimensions. So what we're going to do is come over here to the right hand side. There's a down arrow. You're going to want to go down to settings and then document properties. It's going to open up this little box and you're going to want to set the dimensions to 1080 by 1350 and then the display units to px for pixels for this tutorial. Now that we have our canvas set up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag this image in that I got from Unsplash. If you're unfamiliar with Unsplash, it is a website where you can get free stock images and it is awesome. Definitely recommend having that in your back pocket. I've gone ahead and I've dropped the image in and I've scaled it down so it fits in our canvas. If you want to make sure that it's centered with your canvas, come over here to the right hand side. You're going to see these little 3 bars, the align and distribute menu. Ensure that the relative to drop down is set to page. And then you're going to want to center on vertical and horizontal axis. That just ensures that it's centered to our canvas here. I went ahead and scaled it down using these little arrows on the left, on the arrows that are all around the image. Just make sure that this little padlock right here is locked, because otherwise you might get some wonky stuff happening with it not scaling consistently. So just make sure that's locked. Sweet. Okay. With the image selected, so make sure you have the image selected, you're going to come up here to path on the menu, and then you're going to go down to trace bitmap. And this is one of my favorite Inkscape features because what it does is it basically auto traces and it gives us a vector object basically made out of nodes. And you're going to see that there's this threshold bar right here, and it's going to control basically, the contrast, the lighting, the threshold. It's pretty cool. It depends on what you're going for. I actually really liked what it had given me. I think it was 0.387, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, 0.387 looks cool to me. I'm going to go ahead and click apply, and you'll see that it actually put the object over the image. So if you actually just click on the image and delete it, we'll be left with this object. And if you click N, it'll activate node mode or the node tool, and you'll actually see that this image is actually made up of a bunch of nodes here. So what I want to do is actually just clean it up a little bit. So we're going to click on Z on our keyboard, and what that's going to do is activate the zoom tool. It's also going to be right here near the bottom of these icons. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. And I'm specifically focusing on this little weird area that was left over. I'm going to click back on the node tool and I'm going to go ahead and select those and delete them. And that's going to leave us with a nice semi-straight line there. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You can also zoom out by hitting Control and then scrolling on your mouse. I can't remember what it is for Windows. Sweet. Okay, so we're in node mode, and what I actually want to do is extend the backdrop of the image a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in, and then go back to node mode. And I'm going to select all of the nodes at the top of this car image. And you'll actually notice if you just run your mouse to the right side of the screen, it'll actually just move the canvas for you. And then what I want to do is, oops, I deselected them. So just select those nodes. And then if you hold shift and then hit up, the up arrow key, it'll actually move all those nodes up. I'm just going to do it until it feels right. Trust your instinct on this. I think that looks okay for now. I want to center it back up again. So I'm going to go back over here to the Align and Distribute menu. Then I'm going to hit center on the horizontal axis. And that is looking pretty cool to me. If you hit 5 on the number pad, it'll center on your canvas again. I'm going to go ahead and save because you never know. The next step is I'm going to come over here to the text tool. And I am going to create a little text box. And I am going to write out Lamborghini. And I think I spelled it right, but if I didn't, you know, it is what it is. You guys let me know. I'm going to increase the size a little bit. You can do it by actually like on this little drop down menu, as you can see. But another way to do it is if you use your selector tool, clicking S, it'll also come up with these little arrows here on the side, similar to when we were playing around with the image. And you can actually control the size by that. So what I'm going to do is I just changed its color so I can see it over the black. I'm just going to match it as closely as I can to this image here. We're not going for perfection. Cool. It looks okay to me. You can make sure that it's centered on your image, or sorry, on your canvas by using that Align and Distribute menu. Then I'm just going to bring that back down here and just kind of see what we have. And I'm liking it. And what I actually want to do is I'm going to bring this down here. And I am going to select both objects. Then I'm going to group them. And then I'm going to center them on the canvas. Okay. With both of those centered, what I actually want to do really quickly, this text is looking a little bit thin. By the way, I'm just using Helvetica. Feel free to use any font that you want. I think a sans font will probably look best. I'm going to make this nice and bold because I just think that's going to look a little bit better. And I'm already really liking this. Again, this is just going to be a super simple poster. And I'm digging it. But it is missing something. And I think it's missing a little bit of color. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose this green. And I like it. Sweet. So to me, this is already looking pretty cool. I would print this out. I would hang it up somewhere. I'm not a big Lamborghini guy necessarily, but still, I'm liking it. But I feel like it's missing a couple of details. And I think that that's what I want to add in. And I'm going to come over here to the left-hand side. And there's this tool called the star and polygon tool. I'm going to click on that. Cool, cool, cool. And I want to talk about my settings here. So I'm going to click back on it. So you'll notice my spoke ratio is at 0.734. My roundedness is at 0.180. And my randomized is at 0.050. And that's what has allowed this thing to look like this little shape that we created. Feel free to play with that. As you can see, like if you mess with like the spoke ratio, it's basically like messing with how deep yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm going to bring it back to what it was at and leave it there. And that to me is already looking pretty cool. I like the way it's looking. It's cool. So what I'm going to do actually here is I'm going to come back up here to the to the Align and Distribute menu. And then I'm going to go to the page and I'm going to click on last selected. And then what I'm going to do is I'm click on this little star and then click on the image of this Lambo here. And then what this actually allows it to do is now the star is being aligned to the last selected object. In this case, it's this image of our car. And so when I go ahead and I click on align to the right edge, it's just going to align to the right side. And you can see now it's it's in line with this pretty much perfectly. It's in line with this, the furthest little spoke right here. But yeah, and that to me is pretty cool. And I actually think that that is a great first poster to design. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know if you were able to get it to work. Please let me know if you had any issues. Please let me know if I went too quickly. I really appreciate you being here with me, and I look forward to many more videos. Thank you so much.